Why finding your true north requires you to get completely lost. There's a reason you feel lost right now. Not confused, not unlucky, lost, and it's not random. In fact, it might be the most important phase of your life, but here's the strange part. Most people never reach it, and the ones who do usually try to escape it. Why? Because being lost feels like failure. But what if it's actually a filter? Hold that thought. When you feel lost, something specific has happened. A map stopped working. Maybe the career path stopped feeling right. Maybe the relationship lost meaning. Maybe success didn't feel like success. The old coordinates don't align anymore. That discomfort isn't weakness. It's misalignment detection. But here's the unsettling truth. If you rush to fix it, you destroy the recalibration process. And this is where most people sabotage themselves. Why? Because they mistake direction for clarity. And clarity doesn't come first. Confusion does. Let me ask you something strange. What if the reason you feel lost is because you were never aligned to begin with? Think about that. How many of your goals were inherited? How many ambitions were borrowed? How many timelines were socially installed? If your compass was programmed externally, then getting lost isn't malfunction. It's awakening. But awakening to what? That's where it gets uncomfortable. When your external compass breaks, your internal one starts activating. But internal compasses are quiet. They don't scream. They whisper. And here's the problem. You can't hear whispers while chasing noise. So life removes the noise. Through confusion, through collapse, through disruption, not to punish you, to reset you. But reset toward what? Stay with me. There's a hidden advantage only lost people develop. Most people never build it because they never question their direction. But if you've been truly lost, not mildly uncertain, but deeply disoriented, you've already activated it. It's something psychologists call identity restructuring. But in simple terms, you stop living reactively. You begin living deliberately. However, this comes with a cost, and most people quit before reaching the reward. The cost is uncertainty. When you're lost, you lose certainty. Certainty feels safe, even if it's wrong. Uncertainty feels dangerous, even if it's growth. Here's the paradox. The brain hates uncertainty, but identity is forged inside it. When your old story collapses, you're forced to ask, who am I without this title, without this relationship, without this approval? That question feels destabilizing, but it's also the first honest question. And honest questions change trajectories. Still, something is missing. Remember the first thing I said? That most people never reach this phase. Here's why. Because most people never let their map break. They double down. They distract. They numb. But when your map breaks and you don't immediately replace it, you develop internal navigation. True north isn't found externally. It's calibrated internally. And calibration requires disorientation. You cannot adjust direction without first losing orientation. That's physics and psychology. So if you feel lost right now, you're not behind. You're between identities. And that in-between space, that's where autonomy is born. Here's the loop. The more lost you allow yourself to feel, the more precise your future direction becomes. Because direction chosen consciously is stronger than direction inherited passively. You thought being lost meant you failed, but maybe you finally stopped following someone else's north. And the reason this phase feels so intense is because for the first time, You're navigating without borrowed coordinates. The discomfort isn't collapse, it's recalibration. And recalibration always feels like chaos before it feels like clarity.